In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. You're going to want to see this because there's a big difference between the two of them. Let's get into it. Hi guys, my name is Carmen. I'm a spiritually based matchmaker and I'm also a medium and an intuitive. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. On this channel, I give you helpful advice and knowledge that will help you on a much deeper spiritual level. So you are welcome to subscribe if you like, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. One of the biggest things that I've noticed in my practice is that a lot of people come to me and they don't really know the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame. A lot of times people will use these words interchangeably, and a lot of people think that they're kind of the same thing. And so I kind of wanted to make this video today to kind of show you guys that there is a big difference between the two of them. And so we're going to go over those differences in this video today. So if you don't really know what a twin flame is and you think that it might be the same thing as a soulmate, I'm going to show you exactly how they are different in this video. And after you have learned exactly what a twin flame is, you can go ahead and check out my video that I posted a few weeks ago on how to determine if somebody is your twin flame. So in that video, I go over a method that is extremely accurate and will help you to determine if somebody that you know actually is your twin flame, and it has incredible accuracy. So I will put a link below to that video so you can check that out after you have watched this video. So let's talk about soulmates first. What exactly is a soulmate? So before we come down here and before we are born, we all have contracts with other souls that we are going to be meeting up with in this lifetime. Every person that you ever meet throughout your life and every person that you ever interact with, all of the close friends that you have in your life, all of the people that you end up meeting throughout your life that have an impact on you, or people that you have relationships with, and even people that you briefly meet in your life and have a short-term relationship with. You have contracts with all of these souls. So you basically have contracts with all of these people, and you have contracts with all of their souls before you come down here. Now, you don't remember that because there is a veil of forgetfulness. So what that means is that we are not supposed to remember all of these things when we come down here. There is a veil that helps us to forget all of these contracts that we've made with these people and their souls before we come down here. And that is because if we were to remember exactly all of the contracts that we have with other people and all of the contracts that we have with other souls before we come down here in this lifetime, if we knew all of that, then our learning down here would not be as significant, and we wouldn't be able to learn as much. We wouldn't be learning as much because we would basically already know beforehand that we had a contract with so-and-so person, and so their relationship with us wouldn't have as much impact on us and it wouldn't mean as much. So think of it as Earth is kind of like a university, and it's a place for souls to learn and a place for souls to grow and to expand. And our souls come down to the University of Earth in order to learn and in order to grow with the other souls that come down here. And so in order for us to do that, and in order for our souls to grow and learn things down here in the University of Life or the University of Earth, we have to interact with other souls, and we have to interact with, we have to have relationships with other people. And so all of the people that you have in your lifetime and all of the people that you meet throughout your lifetime, before you come down here, you have a contract with that person that you're going to have so-and-so relationship with them. And this is all predetermined and pre-planned before you come down here. And like I said before, we forget these things because we are more likely to actually learn in this university of earth and learn in this university of life. Because we are more likely to learn our lessons in life, and we are more likely to learn in this university of life if we don't remember all of these things when we come down here. So for example, you have a contract with your significant other, the person that you end up marrying in life, or the person that you have a long-term relationship with, all of the people that you have long-term relationships with. You have contracts with these people. But if you were to remember that you actually had a contract with that person when you met them for the first time, then your relationship might not end up developing the way your soul had planned for it to happen before you came down here. It wouldn't have as much of an impact on you. And so that's why we are supposed to forget all of these things. And that's why there is a veil of forgetfulness. And we don't remember exactly who we have contracts with. And we don't even remember that, that we planned any of this out before we came down here. We don't remember that we have contracts with people. We go through life thinking that we meet people randomly and that they just come into our life by chance. Oh, so-and-so just came into my life because, you know, it was all by random incidents. But everything happens for a reason, and all of the people that come into your life for a reason. They are there to help your soul grow and to help you learn your lessons so that you will have a lot of self-development. And you have contracts with all of those people before you come down here. And those contracts have already been planned out before you were born. If you would like some more information about soul contracts and about what was planned out for you before you were born, you can check out a great book by Michael Newton called Journey of Souls. This book is amazing, and it will give you a lot of great information about these things. And it's very well researched, and so I would highly recommend taking a look at this book if you wanted to get some more information about soul contracts. So what exactly is a soulmate then? Well, a soulmate is just basically one of those people, one of those souls that you have a contract with. Because a soulmate is just a soul that you had a contract with prior to being born. And all of the people in your life, your family members, your close friends, the people that you have relationships with, the people that you have significant relationships with, these are all souls that you plan to have relationships with before you were born. And you have contracts with all of these souls. And so all of these people are your soulmates. So a lot of people like to think that a soulmate can only be a romantic relationship, but that is not true. Like I said, a soulmate is just somebody that you have a spiritual contract with before you come down here. And all of the people that you have relationships with throughout your life will be your soulmates. Those will be people that you have contracts with, that you basically had planned out this relationship with this person before you were born so that you guys could have spiritual growth and spiritual development while you are in this lifetime. So now that we talked about soulmates, let's talk about exactly what a twin flame is and why is a twin flame so special, and why and how is a twin flame so different than a soulmate. I'm going to show you. So let's say that this circle represents your soul, and before you are born, your soul is whole and complete, kind of like this circle. So before you were born, while your soul was still in the spiritual world, your soul was whole and complete, meaning that it had both the feminine and the masculine parts to it. So your soul had a feminine part and also a masculine part to it. And it was a whole and complete soul while still in the spiritual world. So basically all I mean by whole and complete is that while you are in the spiritual world, your soul has both of these components, the feminine and the masculine energy within it. So then what happens is your soul decides that it wants to be born into a lifetime, and it wants to come down and experience this lifetime that you're in order to grow more and to evolve spiritually. So in order to do that, your soul will split into half. The feminine part will split off from the masculine part and will basically split into two halves. While your soul is still in the spiritual world, it's encompassing both of these parts, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But when it chooses to be born into a lifetime, these parts essentially split into half and separate themselves. So one half of your soul will be born into one life and one body, and the other half of your soul will be born into another body. Now, you are either the feminine half or the masculine half of your soul that has split into two. And essentially, your twin flame is the other half. So what that means is that if you are the feminine half of your soul, your twin flame is going to be the masculine half of your soul. If you are the masculine half of your soul, then your twin flame is going to be the feminine half of your soul. But the most important thing to understand is that you guys are coming from the same soul. You are just different halves of the same soul. So that's why it is so different than a soulmate, because a soulmate is just another soul that you had a contract with, whereas a twin flame is basically your other half. And you guys come from the same soul. And so you have already agreed with your twin flame before you were born in this lifetime. You have already agreed to meet up with each other at some point in time within this lifetime in order to bring about spiritual growth within each other and in order to activate each other. So this is a person that will come into your life if that is an agreement that you have before you were born. You will meet up with your twin flame at some point in your life, like I said, in order to bring about spiritual growth and in order to activate each other. So there's a common misconception that once you meet your twin flame, that everything will be a fairy tale and everything will be peaches and cream, and that is not always the case. Like I said, with the twin flame, this is basically the other part of your soul. So, a lot of times when you meet your twin flame, it's not always a very easy relationship because you guys have basically agreed to activate each other and to bring about growth and spiritual development within each other. So things will be activated within both of you. A lot of triggers, things that trigger both of you, will come up to the surface during the time that you have a relationship with your twin flame. Because things are being triggered in you in order for that to come up to the surface and in order for that to heal and for you to have growth, it's not always an easy relationship, and there can be a lot of conflict, and it can be a difficult one. And so because of that, these relationships don't always last. So because it's usually a very intense relationship, it doesn't always last forever, but once you meet your twin flame, usually that person will be in your life for a very long time, if not the rest of your life. So even if you are no longer in a relationship with your twin flame, that person is still going to be in your life somehow, because that is usually the case when you meet your twin flame. And when you meet your twin flame for the very first time, usually you will sense that there is something different about this person compared to other people that you have met in your lifetime. You will sense automatically that there is something special about this person. You are usually very drawn to them. You see a lot of yourself within this person, and it's usually just kind of like an attraction that you have never had to anybody else before in your lifetime. So this will be an attraction that will be very, very different and very, very powerful, like you have never had before in your lifetime. And you will sense right away that there is something very, very different about this person compared to other people that are in your life. And twin flames don't always have to be romantic relationships. That's another misconception that people have. A twin flame can be a family member, it can be a close friend, it can be somebody usually in your life that is very, very close to you, and it does not have to be a romantic relationship. But typically they are romantic relationships, and that's why that stereotype has come to be, because typically they are romantic relationships, but they don't always have to be. If it's not a romantic relationship, it will be somebody very close to you, either a very close friend or a family member. Now, I also wanted to point out that in some situations, your twin flame will not be born into this lifetime with you. So you will be born into this lifetime, but in some situations, your twin flame, which is the other half of your soul, will stay up in the spiritual realms and will not incarnate and will not be born into the same lifetime that you are in. So in this specific situation, in this lifetime, you have an agreement with your twin flame that you will come down and you will be born into this lifetime, but your twin flame will stay up there in the spiritual realms and will not incarnate and will not be born into this lifetime, meaning that you guys will never meet up in this lifetime. So usually they have agreed to help you in this lifetime from afar. They're up there in the spiritual realms. You might not meet up with them while you are alive during this lifetime, but you're still getting guidance from them. You're still getting support from them. They are helping you behind the scenes. They are just not in the physical world. They are still up in the spiritual realms, and they are still up in the spiritual world. Because the planet is going through a major spiritual ascension process right now, where many people on the planet are starting to wake up and are starting to have spiritual awakenings, a lot of twin flames have agreed to come down together during this time period. So it's very likely that if you think somebody is your twin flame and you have a strong feeling that that person is your twin flame, it's very likely that that person actually might be your twin flame, because more twin flames are coming down and reincarnating and being born together right now than ever before. So more twin flames are being born together in this lifetime right now than ever before throughout our planet's history, in order to help with the ascension of the planet and to help increase the number of people on the planet who are having spiritual awakenings, and to basically help to awaken the planet and to help us evolve. And the number of twin flames being born together in a lifetime will increase as we continue on over the next 10 years. This will be very common. We will continue to keep seeing more and more twin flames being born together, and this will be very common in the future as our planet continues to ascend and become more spiritually evolved. Now, if you want to know for sure if somebody is your twin flame, check out my video. I'm going to leave a link to it below. It's a method that you can use. It has a very, very, very high percentage of accuracy. It's a very easy way to determine if somebody is your twin flame, and you will know right away after using this method. So I will put a link to that video below so you can go check that out right now. So I hope that this information was helpful to you, and I hope that you learned something today. If you have any comments, you can leave them below. If you want to check out my services, I will leave the information to that below. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and please share it with other people that you think could benefit from this information. You can also follow me on Instagram, and you can follow me on Facebook. I want to thank you so much for watching this video today. I'm sending you light and love. Take care.